Hi, this is the video reference for our medium fidelity prototype. The topic of our prototype is the human need of planning a group outing. We designed an interface that will allow multiple users to be a part of the sorting and decision-making process of choosing a restaurant via Yelp. The prototype allows a user to make and manage a group and add restaurants to a group curated shortlist. In order to enhance the decision-making process, we incorporated two different methods for selecting a restaurant from the list. A vote, which invites each member of the group to participate privately, and a let Yelp decide option, which randomly selects a restaurant from the shortlist. Since our human need is social in nature, the concept behind our design is one that allows for multiple users to contribute, with one leader that has access to admin features such as managing other members and calling the vote. The prototype is built from the POV of the leader and creator of a new group, so as to proficiently show all of the features that we want to incorporate into our design. We opted for a more horizontal scope. Less crucial features are less detailed or aren't as interactive on the prototype. We did this to keep the focus on the main flow and concept of our design. One design trade-off we had to consider was between the Figma program's ease of use versus limitations when it came to interactive features. When designing the Create Group page, we initially had a text input box which users could freely type a name into. We eventually had to settle for a static sample text, which could not be edited because Figma interprets keyboard input as a shortcut to move forward to the next page, which is undesirable for the purposes of our study. We have three main evaluation goals we'd like to address with our prototype. Overall, we'd like to evaluate the learnability and effectiveness of our interface in supporting the task of planning a group outing.
Let's do a video walkthrough of our Figma prototype. So here we have the Yelp restaurants page. We have added a new Your Groups dropdown to the top right. Clicking it gives you the option to create a new group. Let's say you're Kate and you're trying to decide where to go for dinner tonight. You can enter your group name here, copy the invite link, or you can add members by email. Once you hit create a group, you'll be taken to the group page. From here, you can either manage group members or start adding restaurants. So we have added a new Add to Group button on the restaurants page. Let's say you want to add Goobish Garlic and a Flying Pig to your group. You click the button and choose the group you want to add it to. From there, you can navigate back to your groups page by clicking here and clicking the group you want to go to. Once everyone has added the restaurants they're interested in, you can now begin to choose a place to go to. You can either call a vote or let Yelp decide with a randomizer. Let's call a vote first. The leader would first be able to adjust the vote settings, such as whether members are allowed to edit their vote and whether they can make more than one selection. Once you're ready, you call a vote, and now you can select the restaurants you're interested in. Once you're done, you hit submit, and on the right, you can see the status of everyone else in your group, so whether they have submitted their vote or not. Once everyone has submitted their vote, you can end the voting phase and see the top voted for result. On the left, you can also see how much votes each place got. Hitting continue takes you back to the group page. And now let's try letting Yelp decide. This is essentially a randomizer, so clicking it randomly selects one of the restaurants from the left. We see here that Fable Diner was the selection. If you're not satisfied, you can Yelp again, or you can hit continue. In either case, you have now selected a restaurant to go to with your friends.
In conclusion, our prototype supports the social human need of planning a group outing. Via the group function and restaurant selection methods, the design of our prototype simulates the multi-user input functionality and blends in with Yelp's current design. This prototype readily supports our evaluation goals as it allows us to measure learnability and gain insight on what users think of each selection method.